Day two is done at the Gabba, and this is how you do a Friday night in Brisbane, Bradley Haddin. Here we are for Willow Talk. We're at the rooftop bar at Hotel X in the Fortitude Valley, the notorious valley of Brisbane. We're going to behave ourselves, I think.
Well, I don't know about that, actually. This is the way you should tour, Adam. So yeah. I'm not passing any judgment. We've still got 3 days to go, but you're improving.
Yeah, I mean, we're at the Nets last night. We made it about cricket, and this podcast will be about cricket, but we thought, hey, we're in Brisbane for the weekend, and given the score, we are here for the weekend. This is more than a 2-day test.
We mightn't be here for the weekend.
Wait a minute, tomorrow's Saturday. What, you think I won't make it?
Well, we might not make it right through Saturday.
Yeah, righto.
This test match is planning out perfectly for Australia with the pink ball.
Really?
Yep.
Why?
Well, if you look at the way the pink ball goes, that they haven't actually had the opportunity, both teams, to bowl with a brand new ball at night time when it's most effective.
Yep.
One, their over rates have been slow. They've been shocking there.
Yeah.
So I feel sorry for the crowd. But also, declarations haven't mean the ball's been hard when the nighttime session comes. It's still done enough, but if Australia bat really well tomorrow,
yep,
they're going to have a reasonably new ball if they can in that night session. They've just got to bat really well in that first session. You've got Alex Carey there at the moment on fire. Nice is an absolute fighter with the bat, and he's got 5 first-class hundreds. So Australia's carrot is to bat as well as they can in the first session, get to that second session, and get that ball hard in the third.
So they lead by 44 at the moment. If you say put on the scoring rate at the moment, they put on 120 in the first session somehow with what they've got left, and then it could be watch out, Mitchell Starc dominates again tomorrow. Looking ahead, not getting ahead of ourselves, but
well, yes, that's what I think can happen. Australia need to bat through this first session. It'll be hard work with the new ball, no matter when they bowl. But then if they can have a harder ball when the dust period comes, that's when the real damage will happen.
Okay, score more with Liquorland this summer, and big supporters of Willow Talk Liquorland, and thank you for having us here in Brisbane as well. Of course, choose to drink wise. Did you hear that, everyone? Choose to drink wise as they're enjoying themselves.
Got a
bit of
make.
Robbie Williams over there. But let's go through some of the happenings of day two.
Play catch.
Yeah, well, that was my second point. But if you want to make it the first point...
I've got to make it my first point.
Okay, England in the field.
Just play catch. That's all you've got to do. Yeah. And that's the one thing in an Ashes campaign. Yes, we talk about the bowling, the batting, but you've got to take your chances. Yes, you've got to take half chances, which we've seen a couple of those today with Jacks and Marnus. But it was the run-of-the-mill chances that England missed today that's hurting them the most.
What was the worst one?
Well, Travis Head's one set the tone.
For Jamie Smith,
yeah. It set the tone. Travis Head got out soon later, but the keeper sets the standard for what happens in the field. Joe Root missed one and slipped late in the day, but just going back and having a look at that, I think it was Jamie Smith's doubt that missed the catch. He just moved a bit to his right, lost his footing and didn't go for one there. And in the end, there was 5 catches put down by England.
Yeah.
And they did a good job to get back in the game. Cass, I thought, was outstanding. Used a short pitch bowling to great effect. Ben Stokes did a good job at the other end to do something different. Got the ball full, started to move a little bit, challenged both sides of the bat, but they just didn't play catch.
Jamie Smith, I was down there on the boundary watching the majority of the day's
it's a bad
play.
Place. We've all been there.
So every time the ball got thrown in from anywhere to him, the crowd cheered every time he caught it.
They were helping.
For 3 sessions.
Yeah.
For 80 overs. For 6 hours. They were just giving it to him.
Yeah. Welcome to Ashes cricket. We've all been there. We've all had those moments. I remember having one of those moments at Lords. I felt like I was in quicksand. I hadn't dropped a catch, but Mitch was having one of his days where I couldn't quite reach the ball down leg side. I was diving all over the place and the ball kept tailing away from me. And I look up for a wide and they call a bye. I was just having one of those days where things just didn't go your way. And sometimes you talk about techniques of games, working hard, but it's a mental side of Test cricket that can get you. And that moment, I felt like quicksand. And maybe today, Jamie Smith had that feeling.
So when Jamie Smith goes out for the warm-up tomorrow for day 3, he can't have another day like that. So how does he make sure he doesn't have another day like that? Or is it up to his teammates to help?
Well, the teammates will be great, and teammates always are, and that's what they're there for. But you go back, you have the opportunity to reflect. He'll have people in the system. Brendan McCullum, he's an ex-wicketkeeper. Go have a talk to him. It's nothing about technique. It's more about mindset, getting back to what works for you. And for me, it was taking everything else out of the game and watch that ball as close as I possibly can. And I would have had a few drills that I did the day leading in.
Yep.
And that's tomorrow morning, just to get my feet going again. I wouldn't overcatch. I'd just get that feeling and that rhythm going again, and then just leave what happened on day 2 and make day 3 the winner.
Australia's run rate was spectacular through the day. It's given themselves the lead as they called stumps on day 2. What do you think that was down to?
Oh, one in intent to play. Marnus was a perfect example of that, the way he came out and looked to score. The other thing with the fields that England set fields for a lot of the days where their good balls would go for 1. It was hard to build any sort of pressure. They had 3 out in the leg side on the boundary, they had no slips, they had 2 back behind square on the offside for the short ball. So even if they bowled a good ball, Australia could get to the other end. So the one thing with their tactics today, they couldn't stop the scoreboard. And in situations like that, some of the best ways to build pressure is to get maiden after maiden. And there's an 18 ball theory. If you can get 3 maidens in a row, something normally happens your way. But England today just couldn't find a way to bowl a maiden.
So no Australian reached triple figures, but they all reached double figures. Yet. Do you see something in Alex Carey, do you?
Well, I do see something in Alex Carey. And what I've liked about Alex Carey this test match is, one, how fearless he was with the gloves. And he was faultless. And we've spoken a lot about that. But what tends to happen off the back of that... Oh, hang on a minute. We've got visitors.
Yes. They've taken a wrong turn. Sorry, continue about Alex Carey. That is not as dexterous as Alex Carey, what I've just seen off camera, by the way, with Alex Carey at the bat. That was the polar opposite over there. We won't go into it. Carry on, Bradley.
Well, off the back of his keeping, and he's got high praise for that, and he should. He was a faultless display. You take that confidence over with the bat. And today, at times, he looked bulletproof, and I just hope he keeps playing like that. He plays best when he counter-attacks, and that's exactly what he did today. He's got the tail in with him, and I think that's one of the parts of his game he's improved a lot over the last 18 to 24 months. He's learning to bat with the tail. It's a real art, and Alex Carey's nailed it.
It felt like Australia were on the edge all day, which forced England into a corner. However, they got out of that corner at just times when you thought Australia were going to really put it down. Steve Smith looked like he was in. Well, not looked like he was in. He was in. Was there anything, any major let-off you could tell there? Cameron Green has been copping it for his shot selection, the way he got out.
Yeah, it was an interesting one, and we haven't got enough information yet. And Cameron Green, they did go short to him. He opened up, he gave up the stumps and tried to hit him down the ground. But I noticed something. Probably 15 minutes before, he got hit in the hand.
Yep.
Physio came out, and we don't know the extent of that. Nothing might be wrong. It just might be the way he decided to play. But sometimes you get into that situation, you caught one in the finger, and after about 10 or 15 minutes, you realise, I'm in trouble. So it'll be interesting, because after he got hit in the hand, his whole demeanour changed with the way he played. And maybe that had something to do with it. I'm not passing judgment on the way he played yet.
Fair enough. What about Jake Weatherald? I mean, we could roll through all of the Australian batters who got starts, didn't quite go on to it, but on with it for triple figures yet. But Jake Weatherald looked completely comfortable from the moment he faced his first ball. What did you like about his knock?
Well, you know when he's felt completely comfortable? Since Travis Head's gone to bat with him. And Travis Head's one of those players where a lot of attention goes to Travis Head because how destructive he can be.
Yep.
And I think since he's gone at the top with him, Jake Weatherall's felt comfortable. But today, what he did, he had a really clear plan. He knew where his off stump was. And when they went short and gave him width, he jumped on it. And the one thing he did today, he got momentum into the Australians' innings. And they didn't expect that from Jake Weatherall. He's in his second test match. He showed great character. It was disappointing he couldn't go on to three figures because he deserved it. But what he did do, he set up a really positive start for the Australians.
The spearheads, and we're talking halfway through an Australian innings. Well, hopefully it's halfway through an Australian innings. It might be over in 30 minutes tomorrow. It might be over in 5 hours. However, the spearheads, Jofra Archer, Mitchell Starc. Compare the pair so far this series.
Mitchell Starc was the spearhead.
Yeah.
He stood up in all the big moments. And that's what I love so much about what Mitchell Starc's doing at the moment. He hasn't got his two mates there, and that trio have bowled outstanding together for a long time. But Mitchell Starc's really, I think, enjoyed the time in the sun by himself. He had 4 spells, and in 3 of those occasions he got a wicket in his first over, and that's what you bring your big gun on for. Archer at times bowled well.
At times.
He stood up, he tried hard, but he didn't have the X factor of Starkey.
Yeah. Does he need to find a bit more for England?
I'd ask for more.
Yeah. How would you ask?
Please.
Nicely.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're copping in the nets.
He worked hard. He worked hard. He at times bowled some quick balls. I just think he didn't get enough balls in the right area as much as Mitchell Starc did.
Last one on England's bowling before we go to a drinks break. Not literally, we're going to stay here in these seats. We're not going to go over there. Ben Stokes. Was he on the verge of over-bowling himself?
I hope so. That's the one thing Australia would have spoken about at the start of the series.
Yeah.
Ben Stokes can sometimes let emotion get involved in the game. He's a competitor. He wants to win. He's one of those captains that wants the ball in his hands all the time. He wants to bat in the tough situations. And that's what the England players and the crowd love about him. But also, he can bowl those marathon spells of 10 overs. It's hard work in Australian conditions.
Put himself on early.
He did,
as well.
which was good.
Yeah.
But in Australian conditions, to back up 8 over spells, 7 over spells, 10 over spells, it's hard work. And the more you can take Stokes' legs away, the less effect he'll have with the bat. So the longer you stay out there, the more he'll want to give me the ball, I'll fix this. That's better for Australia.
One thing I did notice, though, is the guy, like, I mentioned it to you late in the day, the guy's an Olympic athlete. Like, I was watching him a fair bit away from where the ball was going, but he's walking in, doing the split step at the point of contact, every single ball, he's riding everything. He celebrated like he won lotto when Jax took that catch. That was an unbelievable catch. But late in the day, I think it was Alex Carey, whipped one away to the leg side. Stokes ran after the ball as quick as the guy is just a ferocious competitor. Perfect. Which we've been talking about whether or not that tips over too much. But at the moment, if you're England, you're safe in the knowledge that you've got this guy on your team.
Well, he competes on every play, and that's his number one strength. But I think that also can be his number one weakness.
Mm.
There was a stage late in the day where he set a field for short pitch bowling. And I think Atkins come on and he bowled the wrong length, hit it down the ground, and he was filthy because he was the one who had to chase it. But he wants the ball in his hand. He wants to be there in the big moments. But what we want to see is make sure he keeps coming back, bowl in the heat, come out tomorrow. I'd even like him to come out after lunch and bowl again.
After tea as well, or dinner, or supper, or whatever
all
they
your
call
songs
it.
On.
Which one's that? Yeah, good on you. I hope you can't hear that. Drinks break. Back in a sec. Thanks to Liquorland Willow Talk in Brisbane.
Well, that was the longest drinks break Willow Talk I've ever had. That's the first time I've seen you get up out of your chair,
shirt off, on the dance floor,
and enjoy yourself to my left.
Yes.
It's the first time a drinks break for Willow Talk has involved 2 shots of tequila, Zambuca, and a goat's head.
Zambuca, and a goat's head. Will Jacks, Marnus Labuschagne, who was the better catch?
Marnus.
Oh, you're so biased. Will Jacks was an unbelievable grab.
No, it was. And the reason it was such a good grab too is it was Steve Smith.
Yeah.
The moment in the game, he got horizontal, caught the ball behind him. Yeah, I'd have to say Will Jacks.
It was better than Ben Duckett's effort about 5 minutes beforehand.
Yeah, twice.
Oh, twice. Oh, my goodness.
Cass.
Yeah. Not good, was
Smith.
it? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Root.
Yeah. Will Jacks, not bowling.
Yeah, he bowled one over.
Sleeves, oh.
But I tell you, what was impressive about that, he bowled one over before the break, and the easy thing to do there is tap it back down the wicket.
Yeah.
Tap the ball back down. But Test match is all about moments. Straight in for 3-4s. Yeah. Marnus' first ball ran into him and whacked him straight down the ground.
Yeah.
They haven't bowled him since. And little moments like that can go unnoticed in the big scheme of things. But from ex-cricketers, you think that's a moment there. Australia are making a statement to say, if you bring him on, we are going to go hard at him and we're going to try to move the game forward. So that was a big moment, and then they didn't trust him for the rest of the game.
Yeah. We're getting the wind up here because they're going to close the bar. But anyway,
that's not the wind up.
No, that's not the wind
up. That's the dancing ladies that are waiting for you at the bar to take your shirt back off.
All right. About 10 minutes that way, Jai Richardson 4 for 25 for Australia A today. Does that make you happy against England Lions?
Well, it does make me happy because, one, for a number of reasons, that kid's had a horrible run with injury.
Yeah.
It's been terrible. I'd like him now to be available for at least the last 2 Test matches, because if something happens to one of the quicks, that touch wood they don't. It looks like Paddy might be back for the 3rd Test, but Jai Richardson is a Test quality player. He's had horrible luck. The more he plays and the more success he gets, the better. He looked great in the box the other day when he came in. Yeah. He looked fit. He was hungry. He was actually quite humorous when he came in as well. He said, I was a bit nervous a couple of months ago. I don't know if you heard. And he said, mate, I'm fit. I've done all the work. And I'm charging in the nets. He got the speed gun on me. He said, what's that pace? It feels good. And they said, 122. Next ball, he charges in again. What was that? Oh, mate, that's getting better, but that's 121. And we said, how'd you feel? He said, boys, I was nervous. He said, my pace is back now. He said, but that moment in rehab, I thought I was doing everything right. I was strong. My glutes were charging in. My knees were up. And the ball just didn't come out.
Yeah, well,
he'll back
be right
now.
He will be right, absolutely. Sam Constance as well. Great to see. Century for New South Wales in Shield cricket today. So hopefully there's more of that to come from Sammy. Now, if I can read it, the Secret Cricket Club questions after that. Yeah.
3 tequilas will do that.
It's gone to 3 now, has it? Mubashara asks, who quietly had the most impact despite not getting big numbers today? Is there someone you can pick out? You like your sneaky momentum changer?
The biggest impact today was the catching.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. They had to create 5 extra chances.
Yeah. No good. Loss said, how will the wicket play? How big of a factor will the cracks be if they open up on the pitch?
I think the cracks will play a role. The one thing I found with the cracks here at the Gabba, they didn't get you out, but they did play at your head. The hardest thing you had to find batting there was the ball had hit the crack, and the next ball you had to put it out of your head, because that's when the ball hits a normal part of the wicket. Your feet are playing tricks on themselves. You're not quite over the front of the ball, and that's when you make the mistake. I think the cracks will play a role. I don't think they'll get anyone out, but they will play a role in your head.
Yeah, the pitch from the overhead looks like the pattern on a giraffe.
Yeah,
the coat. So there's things happening with that particular strip of turf. Riyadh asks, after Jake's 72, does that lock in a spot ahead of Usman? Well, you can't drop him after 72, can you?
Well, you're not going to drop Jake. He's been brought in to the team to play a certain role, and he did that role today. He actually did it also on the second innings at Perth. He didn't get big numbers, but he put on a great partnership with Travis Head. There's another good partnership today. It's been back-to-back 50-run partnerships, and he was impressive today in his second test.
Paul asks, Hads, how do you rate Jamie Smith's glove work after the Carey Clinic? Well, I think we described it earlier in the podcast.
He had a tough day.
Yeah.
But we've all had tough days. It's how you bounce back tomorrow.
Edge asks, any update on Cummo and Hazelwood? I did see Pat Cummins having a lengthy bat in the net today.
Well, that's a good sign.
Yes.
And all reports we've heard is that he was really close to playing this test match, but they erred on the side of caution.
He will be in Adelaide. It was interesting to hear George Bailey say as well, Nathan will play in Adelaide, Nathan Lyon. By the way, Nathan Lyon he had a day yesterday. When he got dropped, he went out the back, bowled to Usman, Bo Webster kicks in. He's probably jacked off that he's not in the 11, and he's crushed a straight drive straight into Nathan's shin. And he's got all this padding on it right now.
He would have dealt with that well.
Oh, what a day for
Was
Nathan.
that just after he did the interview with Seven?
Maybe just before. Might have explained a few things. Hazelwood, incidentally, there's another issue that's popped up as well. A bit of an Achilles.
Yeah, that was a report out today that Josh Hazelwood had a little bit of Achilles tightness, which is disappointing because all reports he's just starting to get back into a bit of bowling load.
Hopefully, at the very least, ready for Sydney. When at the back end of a long series, if England have come back into it, you never know. And the Big Red asks, reckon if we finish by day 5, George Bailey will take Lion to the Norman Hotel for a steak to patch things up. Don't think he needs that, just an arm around him. And
Mate, we've all been dropped.
I haven't. I was never good enough to get dropped. That's handy.
You might get dropped in there for the way you keep dancing.
One last thing. There was a clip that went out on the Triple M socials as well. We got a stack of DMs about it on Willow Talk. Brad, have you changed your passcode number? Because you gave it up when you leaned into shot and you went boop, 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 and opened your phone.
No.
You haven't changed it? I would if I was you. Even I chose what it was. Do the fingerprint. Oh, no, you got the swipe. See, the fingerprint. That's why I have the fingerprint. The iPhone too.
That's not my only way to get into my phone.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, your face. Yeah, fair enough. Bradley, thank you. Thanks for joining us on the rooftop.
Can we go in there yet?
Yeah, let's go.
What's the first shout?
I don't know if you'll get in with a Gatorade trucker hat, though.
I'll definitely get in with a Gatorade trucker hat.
See you for day 3. We'll be back with the wrap. All thanks to Liquorland. Don't forget, you can score this summer with Liquorland and, of course, choose to drink wise, which is exactly the advice I hope to follow in the next hour or
and
so.
all the best things happen after 12.
Yes. See you guys. Yeah, thanks for watching the Willow Talk podcast on YouTube. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't have to miss an episode wherever you are. And while you're at it, check out these